Oh, yeah, he's back. The crack of the bat, the ping of the crossbar, and the roar of the crowd. We cover everything you want to talk about. It's the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, good morning, Canada. Sports fans around the world, Canadian sports fans, that is. Welcome to the Rod Pedersen Show on a very special episode. It is episode number 99 of the Rod Pedersen Show. So we will refer to it as the Gretz episode. I'm not even going to make a joke about former Riders defensive end number 99, Wayne Weathers.
No.
It's the Great One episode today. Welcome, everybody, to the bunker out here in Western Canada, which I say every day, and today it really means something. We're going to get into that in the warm-up. I'm Rod Pedersen. He's Darren DuPont. So if I'm black, he's Decker. Together, we're Black and Decker.
Trusted.
I thank our social media advisor, Ty Dacu, for that. He came out with a list of ones yesterday. It was great. Busy show today. Our good and longtime friend Greg Zahn will be joining us, World Series champion, Blue Jays great, 16 years in the majors. He'll be joining us to talk about the World Series, which opens tonight, don't you know? Mm-hmm. Washington Nationals, Houston Astros, Game 1 tonight. Marshall Hamilton will be joining us in the bunker in moments. Riders Stamps, Ticats alum, to talk about Week 20 in the CFL. Jim Lang, our NFL insider, will roll by. And our director of scouting, Craig Smith, two-time Grey Cup champion, will be here in the bunker. Some of the notes that I have here to get to in the warm-up and throughout this program. Cody Fajardo signs a 2-year extension with the Riders yesterday. Everybody's going nuts about it, and it's all positive, except for, as you know, I was on the radio in Lloydminster this morning, just this morning. Hello to all our viewers and listeners up there in the Lloydminster area. The question from Bucky Buchanan, the host, was, is this too soon? Too small of a body of a work for Fajardo?
We're going to get into that.
I'll put that to the experts.
Yes.
So that's coming. Trevor Harris activated by the Edmonton Eskimos, so clearly he's going to want to knock off some rust here in the next 2 games, which just happen to be against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He needs a tune-up. The Eskimos need a playoff tune-up. I would think they're 8-8 going into the playoffs as the 4th seed. What do the Eskimos mean as opponents for the Saskatchewan Roughriders? We'll talk a little bit about Heritage Classic, of course. I've been kicking around all kinds of ideas in my head as to what today's poll question would be, and it'll probably be later in the week. Who will win the Heritage Classic, Flames or Jets? I think it's too early for that on a Tuesday.
Yeah, probably.
There will be no Theo Fleury at the Heritage Classic. As we talked about before, he said he wasn't invited, therefore he's not coming. A lot of NHL people saying, how's Theo not invited? This is his province. This is his team. It makes no sense. Well, who knows why people do things that they do. And Theo, by the way, probably couldn't make it anyways because he's busy leading the Western separatist movement.
He's all over it. Big time.
I don't think he slept last night after the Trudeau government was extended by Canadians in the polls. Speaking of polls, this is the question we settled on because we had a few, but here's what it's going to be. For Capital Lotto Mall, Universal Collision Center, I haven't tweeted it yet. But in the light of the Fajardo extension, this is why it came up. Oh, Clark says he tweeted it already. Who is the most outstanding player in the CFL West? Mindful of the fact we only have 4 options on Twitter, okay? We only have 4, plus on Facebook. Bo Levi Mitchell, Cody Fajardo, Brian Burnham, or Andrew Harris. You're going to have to fix that, Clark. At least what's on my monitor here. Scrap it all. He's got Burnham on there twice. No, it's Bo Levi Mitchell, Cody Fajardo, Brian Burnham, or Andrew Harris. Those are your 4 options. Edmonton, don't at me. But as we said, Marshall's laughing over there. Maybe this will tick off Trevor Harris enough that he was ignored from our poll that maybe he'll come out breathing fire this week. That's our poll. You've got 24 hours to vote on it now. And just on and I'm going to get to you here, Darren. We got just pumped in the Great Western Slow Pitch League last night.
Yeah, it wasn't
pumped.
Fun. It wasn't fun.
33-9, apparently. Was that what the score was? I stopped watching. I couldn't watch. And I'm playing the game.
We had such a promising start. We came out
we did.
and we ran through the order. We mercied them for 5 or 6 runs in the opening inning, and then we just rested on that and thought that was going to be enough. It wasn't. They basically pumped our eyes shut.
33-9. I said to the boys at the table, I said, I'm glad we don't have a coach. He would be losing it on us right now. He'd be making us walk home. But I talked to the Ballers boys in the gym this morning, and they said those guys we played last night are like professional slow pitch players. There's a reason they've never lost.
Okay.
If that makes you
so bad. Yeah.
if that makes you feel any better. People are writing in on the Facebook wall with hashtag Wexit, Western Exit. I'm not going. I was thinking of that being a poll question today. Do you ever envision a day where Western Canada separates from the rest of Canada? People have gone so far, I noticed this morning on Twitter, is already coming up with our nation's hockey team. If we separate, it's Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, our goalies would be Carey Price and Carter Hart. We'd have Ryan Getzlaff. We'd have Jonathan Taves, Jay Bolmeister. We probably could convince Cooney to come out of retirement.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have a pretty good hockey team.
We'd be okay.
Just saying.
We'd be okay. That's a great thing. Now I want to put together the team. I wonder what we could come up with.
We'd have we probably would beat Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And look, I put up a photo I'm not a political guy. I'm not a politico. I voted.
No, me either.
But I put up a photo of Chris Jones and Justin Trudeau last night after the Liberals were declared winners, and I just got soundly trounced by friends and family. And I get it. And I took it down because I'm like, I don't even really like Trudeau. And I saw your let's all hold hands, kumbaya tweet about, hey, the sun came up, basically. But let me just say this Western separatist movement probably won't happen, but I get it. Because if you're a farmer, you're paying for more fuel in a week than everybody else is paying all year. Mm-hmm. Thousands of dollars on a carbon tax that makes no sense. I get why farmers are pissed off, and that's my family.
Yeah.
The oil people that are all my friends, don't even get me started on the lack of the pipeline that Trudeau doesn't support. They're going out of business. As a matter of fact, those guys in Lloyd this morning told me they just got a notification. Husky announced a wave of layoffs this morning. I do have people that work for big oil companies saying if Trudeau is reelected, you're all getting laid off.
You're done.
So it's not just let's hold hands and kumbaya or you're great.
That's not the point of the message.
So you go ahead.
No, it's a simple
But you
message.
explain yourself.
I just really firmly believe that the person that we elect in government, whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Canada, doesn't affect my ability to be successful. I do think that it, changes the playing field, sure. And that was, somebody's comment came in that, things get tougher and things get more difficult. So what? We're playing the football game now in a muddy field in the rain. We still got to play the game. We still have to win the game. So it's just the circumstances change. We all have to play the game. And for me, whether I'm a conservative or a liberal, and I've done the compass. I fall right in the middle of everybody. Okay, and you probably would believe that for sure. But at the end of the day, the hate's not what's going to get us out of this. And being upset is a good thing, but it's not going to get us out of this. We need a leader from the West that can pull the whole country together. And I think that's what the Conservatives need. I really do. I don't talk about politics publicly because I'm not a politico like you are. I don't follow I don't follow the issues, so don't get on me for that because I couldn't tell you all of the issues or what's going to work or what's not. But I know if the West gets the right leader, if they get the right leader, the whole country will unite again and potentially be blue. And I think that leader could come from this province.
Well, it's not going to happen for 4 more years, and I see why people are ticked off today.
Could be 2.
That's my point.
Could be 2.
Okay.
That's the one thing I did hear that might give some people some hope is that minority governments typically have a shelf life of about 20 to 22 months.
Back to sports because it feels better.
Yes, please. Can we sing Kumbaya for a second?
Joe Lazito. I say that in my John Lynch voice. Down in New York State regarding the Fajardo signing, he says, my head says it's too soon. My heart says, who cares? I love it. That's great. I'm with you. And I honestly can't wait to get Marshall into the bunker to get his analysis. But that $450,000 a year, again, awesome. I'm all for People making as much money as they can. Believe me, I am. That tells me what Jeremy O'Day and the Saskatchewan Roughriders think of Cody Fajardo. That's what it tells me.
Yeah.
Because I was in the 350 range, i.e., he hasn't won a playoff game yet. He hasn't performed in the cold yet. He hasn't done this. Well, Riders clearly think that he can.
And that's the going rate right now for an undisputed starting quarterback, which Cody Fajardo in Saskatchewan is the undisputed starting quarterback. He's earned the job. There's no competition next year going into training camp. He's earned it. And yeah, you got the guys at $700,000 or north of that or wherever they end up. And you got Trevor Harris north of $500,000. But that $400,000 to $500,000 right now is the going rate for an undisputed starting quarterback, and Cody's that, and I think he's earned that. I like that it's a 2-year deal, so you're not hooked into this for a really long term. And if Cody plays well and those salaries go even higher and the cap goes up, then he has the opportunity to cash in again if he wants to. So I think it's a really good deal.
It's an outstanding deal. Monty in Saskatoon. It's Monty. You know Monty?
I know Monty.
He former Huskies equipment guy writes in and he says Aaron Judge wears 99 with the New York Yankees. This is the 99th edition of the show. We're just leaving this with Wayne, right?
I was going to mention Warren Sapp for fun, but yeah, let's leave it with Wayne.
This is the Great One episode. J.J. Watt from the couch, they tell me. No more phone calls, folks. I think we have a winner. It's Wayne Gretzky. End of story. Gustav Nyquist made the most of a rare opportunity as we look at the morning headlines today. He scored the OT winner on a penalty shot to lift the Columbus Blue Jackets to a 4-3 win over the Leafs last night. Did you see Babs after the game?
Yeah.
Too many penalties. Not even blaming the refs.
That's what you said after a slow pitch game.
Yeah, the ump screwed us last night in that 33-9 loss in our Great Western Slow Pitch League at Ballers.
It was a penalty shot in overtime. That was the winner for Columbus last night. But, yeah, too many penalties.
A penalty shot in overtime?
That was
basically
the winner
need
for
to
Columbus.
break somebody's leg like with an axe.
Exactly. And, I mean, the Leafs are undisciplined. The other night against Boston, they had
That's what I heard.
3 or 4 penalty kills. Didn't have a single power play that night.
Oh, the New England Patriots stayed unbeaten with a dominant performance. Tom Brady set the tone with a long slice and dice touchdown drive. 9.5 minutes. I've never seen a drive that long.
It's insane.
I've seen 11, 12 play drives, but not ones that took 9.5 minutes.
I know. The guys in the studio are going crazy. No commercial break.
I know. That's surgeon-like. And New England's blitz-happy defense forced Sam Darnold into 5 turnovers in a 33-0 win over the New York Jets last night on Monday Night Football, a game in which Sam Darnold came off the field and said, "I'm seeing ghosts out there." I saw the clip. Did you see the clip of him saying that?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Opening himself up to a lot of ridicule today for saying that. So we got a lot of things to get to today. Marshall Hamilton joins us in the bunker next. This is the warm-up, and again, on the way today, Greg Zahn, Craig Smith, and Jim Lang. It's the Rod Pedersen Show on Facebook Live, and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of the Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.